Now, let's start the debate. I welcome Prime Minister to deliver the speech within 3 minutes. PM-san, please.
Thank you, Judge. Today's motion is everyone should play a sport. We define everyone as all people, especially students and young people. Play a sport means doing any physical activity regularly, such as running, swimming, basketball, dancing, or any other kind of sport. Our first point is that sports help our health. Right now, many people do not get enough exercise. They spend a lot of time sitting at desks, watching screens, or using their phones. As a result, some children are becoming overweight or unhealthy. If people do not move their bodies, they can get sick more easily, and over time, they might develop serious health problems. However, if everyone plays a sport regularly, their bodies will become stronger little by little. They will create healthy habits and become more energetic. When people move their bodies, they improve their blood flow, build muscles, and reduce the risk of illness. It's a very natural and simple way to stay healthy. This is especially important for young people. If students are healthy, they can study better, focus more in class, and enjoy their school life. Health is the foundation of a happy and successful life. That's why we strongly believe that everyone should play a sport. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I welcome the Leader of the Opposition to deliver the speech within 3 minutes. L.O.-san, please.
Thank you, Judge. I disagree with the motion. Everyone should play a sport. I believe that playing a sport should be a choice, not a requirement. Let me first rebut their first point. The Prime Minister argued that everyone should play sports because sports are good for health. However, this idea is too simple. Not all people need sports to stay healthy. Some people enjoy walking, yoga, or dancing on their own. Others stay healthy by eating well, getting enough sleep, or doing daily activities like biking to school. Also, some people have physical disabilities or health conditions that make sports difficult or even dangerous. Therefore, we cannot say that everyone should play a sport. There are many different ways to be healthy, and people should be able to choose the way that works best for them. Now, let me explain our point. Many people have different interests. Not everyone likes physical activity. Some enjoy music, painting, reading, writing, or working on computers. These activities are not physical, but they are important for mental health and personal growth. For example, reading can reduce stress, and making music helps people express their feelings. These hobbies make people happy and help them feel calm. If we say that everyone should play a sport, we ignore the value of these activities. It is important to respect people's individual choices. Forcing people to do something they don't like is not fair. If this motion is accepted, people who dislike sports will feel stress. Some students may feel embarrassed if they are not good at sports. Others may remember bad experiences from gym class or team sports, such as being picked last, yelled at by teammates, or even bullied. This pressure can become a serious problem. Many students already feel stress from school, tests, and social life. If we add more pressure by forcing them to play sports, their mental health could suffer. Some may lose motivation, feel anxious, or even start to hate school. This is not a small problem. It can deeply affect their daily life and future. In conclusion, everyone is different. People should be free to choose what activity is best for their body and mind. We must respect personal interests and protect mental health. That is why we strongly oppose this motion. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I welcome the member of the government to deliver the speech within 3 minutes. MG-san, please.
Thank you, Judge. Let me begin by rebutting the opposition's point. The opposition said that everyone has different interests, and some people prefer things like music, reading, or art. They argued that forcing people to play sports is unfair. However, we are not saying that everyone must play the same sport or join a team. We are saying that everyone should engage in some kind of physical activity, and that can include walking, swimming, dancing, or any sport they enjoy. There are many options. People can choose the type and level of sport that fits them. So, this motion is not about forcing one way, but encouraging all people to move their bodies in a healthy way. Now, let me reconstruct the Prime Minister's point. The opposition said sports can cause stress or bad memories. But sports do not have to be stressful or competitive. Playing sports can be fun, relaxing, and even social. We are not suggesting high-pressure or professional sports. Even simple daily movement counts as playing a sport. The Prime Minister's point still stands. Regular movement improves physical health, and sports are one of the easiest and most enjoyable ways to achieve that. Now let me present our second point. Sports teach teamwork. Right now, many young people struggle with teamwork. In schools, students often don't know how to cooperate during group projects. Later in life, they may face challenges at work if they can't communicate or collaborate well. This is a real problem in modern society, where almost every job requires some level of teamwork. Teamwork is important because people need to work with others in almost every part of life. At school, in part-time jobs, in future careers, and even in families. If we cannot work together, we will not succeed in these areas. Learning teamwork from a young age helps people prepare for the future. Playing sports is one of the best ways to learn teamwork. When people play sports, they learn how to support teammates, listen to others, follow rules, and solve problems together. Even losing a game teaches people to accept failure, reflect, and try again. These are all important skills that are hard to learn from books, but easy to learn through experience on the field. That is why sports are not just good for health. They are also good for character. They teach people how to cooperate, respect others, and grow. Everyone needs these skills in life, so everyone should play a sport. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I welcome the member of the opposition to deliver the speech within 3 minutes. Emo-san, please.
Thank you, Judge. Let me first rebut the government's first point about health. The government said that everyone should play a sport because it helps people stay physically healthy. While it is true that physical activity is good for health, we must remember that sports are not the only way to move our bodies. As we already said, people can be active in other ways, like walking to school, stretching, doing housework, or even dancing at home. For some people, especially those with injuries or physical difficulties, sports are not safe or comfortable. The government says any sport is okay, but the truth is that when something becomes a rule, it often becomes pressure. Now let me rebut the government's second point, which says that sports teach teamwork. In theory, this is true, but in real life, it does not always work that way. In some cases, sports actually make people feel left out. Students who are not good at sports are often ignored or made fun of. Others are afraid to make mistakes in front of a team. Instead of learning cooperation, they learn fear and embarrassment. Also, team sports can become too competitive. Some players try too hard to win, and that creates conflict. The idea that sports always teach teamwork is too ideal. In reality, they can create more problems. Now, let me reconstruct our point. People have different interests. The government said that sports can be fun, and there are many options. That may be true, but even if there are many types of sports, some people simply don't enjoy physical activity. They may prefer quiet hobbies or individual work. For them, being forced to play a sport is still stressful. We believe people should have the freedom to choose their own way to stay healthy and happy. Now, I will introduce our second point. Sports can cause pressure and exclusion. Right now, students already feel a lot of pressure from school. They must do homework, take tests, and follow many rules. If we add another rule, you must play a sport, we add even more stress. Some students will feel nervous or uncomfortable. Others may feel they are not good enough. This is important because when students feel excluded or judged, their confidence drops. They may start to avoid school activities or feel that they do not belong. That can hurt both their mental health and their social life. If this motion is accepted and everyone is told to play a sport, some students will suffer. They will feel embarrassed or ashamed in front of others. They may face bullying or teasing. They may also lose time for other activities that they love, like art or music. In the end, we create a system where some people feel strong and others feel weak. This is a serious problem. Students who feel excluded or unhappy are more likely to lose motivation, stop participating, and even fall behind in school. This is not just about personal feelings, it affects education, development, and well-being. In conclusion, forcing everyone to play a sport sounds good in theory, but in practice, it can cause real harm. We believe people must be free to choose how they take care of their health and how they grow. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I welcome the Leader of the Opposition to deliver the reply speech within 2 minutes. Lor San, please.
Thank you, Judge. Let me now summarize today's debate. The government side gave two main points. First, that sports are important for health, and second, that sports teach teamwork. They argued that if everyone plays a sport, people will become healthier and gain useful life skills. They also said that there are many kinds of sports, so people can choose one that fits them. However, throughout the debate, we clearly showed that this idea does not work for everyone. Our side explained that people have different interests and different needs. We argued that not everyone enjoys sports or feels comfortable doing them. Some people have physical or mental challenges, and others simply prefer different activities like music, reading, or art. These are also healthy and meaningful. The most important point in today's debate is freedom of choice. Health and teamwork are important, but forcing everyone to play a sport is not the right solution. People should be able to choose how they want to grow, both physically and mentally. When we respect individual choices, we create a more inclusive and happier society. Let me also summarize the problems with the government's side. They made sports sound easy and fun for everyone, but they did not fully respond to our concerns about pressure, stress, or exclusion. In real life, not all sports experiences are positive. Some students feel left out, judged, or even bullied. For those students, sports do not teach teamwork. They create fear and anxiety. Our side is stronger because we understand reality. We do not speak in ideal theory. We talked about the stress students already feel and how making sports a requirement can make things worse. We also showed that there are many ways to become healthy and learn teamwork, not just through sports. That is why the opposition side wins today's debate. We protect freedom, we respect diversity, and we care about both mental and physical well-being. Thank you.
Thank you. Lastly, I welcome the Prime Minister to deliver the reply speech within 2 minutes. PM Arsan, please.
Thank you, Judge. Let me begin by rebutting the opposition's second point. They said that sports can cause pressure and exclusion. They also said that students might feel left out or judged if they are not good at sports. But this argument focuses only on the negative side of sports. In reality, sports can be adapted to fit everyone. We are not asking people to join a team or compete. We are simply encouraging regular physical activity through a sport of their own choice. Walking, dancing, or even yoga can count. The pressure only exists when we treat sports as competition. But we can and should change that culture. If done the right way, sports can be enjoyable, inclusive, and relaxing. Now let me summarize the debate so far. The opposition argued that people should have freedom to choose what they do, and that some people prefer other activities like reading or art. They focused on the risk of stress and exclusion. On the other hand, the government side showed that sports bring strong benefits. We explained that playing sports improves physical health, prevents disease, and builds good daily habits. We also explained that sports teach teamwork, a skill everyone needs in life. The most important point in today's debate is health. Without good health, people cannot study well, focus in class, or enjoy life. Many young people today are not active enough. If everyone plays a sport, even in a simple way, they can stay healthy, avoid illness, and live a better life. This is not about forcing a sport on everyone. It's about encouraging movement in a way that fits each person. The opposition focused a lot on freedom of choice, but we never said we want to take that away. We support variety and flexibility. What we want is a healthier society where everyone finds some way to move their body through sport. Our side is stronger because we offer a practical and positive future. Our plan helps people become healthier, teaches life skills, and builds better habits. The opposition only pointed out possible problems, but they did not offer a better solution. That is why the government side wins this debate. We care about people's health, growth, and long-term success. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I close this round. Thank you for your cooperation. Please stand up and shake hands.